Next question. Trend
Yes.
or trash? Is it a trend or trash that SaaS founders should prioritize debt financing over equity in today's market environment in order to maintain ownership and control?
I can't think of a bigger global trend.
Okay. There you go.
Maybe a little self-serving.
Yeah,
Maybe a little
right.
self-serving.
Okay. Go ahead. Keep.
No, I think it's trend, man. I think it's, look, we've been putting forth this narrative, and we're not the only ones, for a number of years of, hey, consider diversifying and growing up your capital structure.
Right.
And at the highest level, if you look at the NASDAQ, right, the most successful publicly traded software companies, they're 1-to-1 in their capital structure, effectively, debt to equity. And I'm not saying that relatively still early stage software companies should be that, but should they be 100% equity funded? No, no is the answer for a broad swath of those companies who can borrow a reasonable amount of money and lay it into their capital structure.
Let me ask you a question. We're going off script here. We were going to talk about should they outsource fundraising. What you're making me think about, though, is where do they turn for help? Like you're going to come in, as you mentioned, with a point of view, and you're going to say, you should buy more debt. And the VCs are going to come, no, you should take more equity because we're going to give you all this expertise. Like, how does an early stage founder who hasn't taken private money, never done it before, this is hard stuff. Like, where do you go?
It is. And I would say, I said that first, biggest global trend, in jest. Like, we are really going to try to be consultative with people for their best interest in terms of their capital structure. So I will tell many a person that they should not be taking debt at that time. I will also tell them that they should not be taking or pursuing, because it's not viable for them, venture capital. We just want people to be informed and educated. Back to your point, but I can't talk with 1,000 people every day and deliver. Right. How does that work I think that's just getting a network of people who have been there, done that, right? And so if that's easier said than done, but seeking out people you can have real conversations with that have had real experience. And that is a peer network, frankly.
I think
you can read stuff online, of course, but I think that's the best way to try to be able to cut through it.
So I recommend this all the time, that people have a peer network, either EO, which is that entrepreneurs organization, which is really early stage. I think YPO is a really great program for young presidents organization. I think for software executives, forums like Vistage are great. For CFOs, there's things out there like F-Suite, which you can get plugged into and start talking to folks. I think the other thing is, as an early stage founder, you can always find, I really do believe in the mentors. And I think lots of CEOs who've been successful at multiple exits, they recognize people made their life easier and they're willing to spend time with other people. And so you can't have 40 mentors, but if you know that you're looking to go raise money, or you're thinking about your capital structure and you're walking into the gunfight with a knife when you go to the VC, is how do you build up your bench of advisors? They're going to help you think through options and how to structure stuff.
I think that's right, Randy, and I can't claim to have, over my career as an entrepreneur, done a good job at that, honestly. But I think it is important that you have some sampling of data from real conversations, because people bring to this specific conversation of capital structure and what should I do here and when should I do it and how should I do it. You can't just go to one person. Everyone is going to bring their bias from their own personal experience. I raised venture capital and it worked out amazingly. I raised venture capital and it was absolutely horrible. I'm a venture capitalist and I put debt on every company that we work with. I'm a venture capitalist and debt is the worst thing ever. You have to gather data and then ultimately make a decision.